mod view. And voila. Alright. I'm ready.
Alrighty.
Are you SpongeBob levels of ready?
I'm ready. I'm not going to do the rest because I fucking don't want to bother.
Alrighty.
Yes.
So, I believe we last left off with you leaving the Jedi Order abruptly with Jedi Master, I should say Jedi Council member, Ann Dooley,
Yes.
to head off to Helska 4 to finish some business of yours.
Yes, Hellscup 4 first, then there's also Mon Calamari, and I think I have Tatooine on that list.
Yes.
Fun fact, I literally put a bunch of different planets on a spinner, and that's how I decided what I was going to do.
Oh, Jesus.
So, that's what they gave me. I had Kashyyyk on there. It didn't give me Kashyyyk, though. That could have been interesting.
That'd have been really interesting, actually.
Yeah. Alright, anyway, let's do this. So me and then Dooley, we over here, we partying like it's
I
Yes.
just
1985.
realized that he's gonna learn a piece of information, Dylan, that he's gonna be like, oh, that's happening now.
What? What is it?
You'll find out.
Okay. Alright.
So, I don't exactly have what you would call a map for the ship just yet. I am still looking for one that is viable and easy enough for us to move around on.
Okay.
Here it is. That is a small map. Okay. So, I do have the timeline to update you on. If I am not mistaken,
Mm-hmm.
you and Molar, to my knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
have decided to. Your token may get big in a second.
That's fine. Oh,
You and
somebody's
Molar.
watching. Hello, people. Okay, continue.
So you and well, nope. Ignore that.
Oh,
Ignore what
what was
just
that?
happened.
What did I just see?
Nothing. Nothing.
That looked like an ice planet, so it's gotta be Helska 4.
No. That was no. Just your precognition is acting up.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so wait. Here's a question. Any chance I could find a kyber crystal somewhere along this little adventure?
There is
Guys.
there are some on Tatooine though.
There's a lot more on Tatooine than there is Helska. But if
Wait, hold on.
events-
If I'm gonna have one before I get to Tatooine, I'm probably just gonna kill a crate dragon at that point.
Ooh, crate dragons are difficult.
I know. That's why I'm gonna blast it with my ship.
Ew.
Yeah. I don't care. I just want the
You know
pearl,
how
baby.
hard it takes to find one?
I'll figure it out.
That's gonna be a while.
Anyway, moving on. I might not actually kill a crate dragon. I'm just talking big.
He's over here. I'm gonna absolutely destroy a crate dragon. Finds one, and he just like you know
It
what?
eats
Now
my
that
ship.
I think
It
about
just
it,
eats my ship. My ship is gone. It is dragon food.
How long will it take before it spits acid on his ship going and he's just stranded there with Aunt Dooley and then Dooley's just trying to find out a new ship? Find a new ship.
it is 100% viable.
Anyway, moving
That
along.
happens.
Moving right along.
So, the quote unquote timeline would be that you did get to the Jedi Order with Molar.
Mm-hmm.
You were received by some council members as well as a handful of other Jedi that were just kind of tossed around here and there.
Yeah.
while you were off talking with Anduli, you told him that you would like to continue with the Jedi, but you do have previous endeavors to get to.
Yes.
Did I spell Helska correctly?
Helska, I think.
Alright, I did not. I spelled it Helski instead of Helska.
That's fine.
Like a husky devil?
Yes, like a husky. Here we are. Sorry, I just had to populate something real fast.
Mm-hmm.
So, you and Anduli did make the final decision to head off on you guys' own,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys did end up in orbit by the time Molar really understood what was happening.
Yeah.
As you and Anduli kind of traveled off towards the, I would say, outer planetary kind of like barrier of Coruscant, you get a notification that Molar has more or less attacked all of the training droids in the
Oh.
training room.
Oh.
And
Oh
then he
no.
went into more of kind of like a flying blind rage.
Kroll's gonna just be like, ugh, facepalm. God damn it, Mola. Fucking hand slowly just waves over his fucking bill. And he's just like, ugh. Never should have left him alone. Why did I do that? That was not very smart of me. Can't believe I fucking did that.
You catch word, probably, I would have to say this is probably going to be an hour into your trip,
Yeah.
that for some reason, like, there's no like rational way to explain it, that the Mandalorian you had met previously, who seemed relatively level-headed and like, steered in the proper direction in terms of attitude and mindset,
Right.
is now dueling a Jedi Council member.
Whoa! Oh no! What the fuck happened? What did I miss?
And that so the Jedi have a festivity known, it usually happens every year, and it's more of an obsolete judgment system, but this is what they used to use to test the strength and build the rankings before the official master system, grandmaster, before all the ranks were put in place.
Right.
So they tend to do it maybe once every couple of years, once a year if they're lucky and have extra money. But they had this sort of like little coliseum in the Room of Fountains that they sort of revamped and sort of renovate every year to hold this festivity. They allow commoners, non-Jedi personnel, even senators to come in during this festival to see the fruits of their labor. Now, this is just a trial run. The Grandmaster Windu has decided that it would be, they have some quarrels that they need to settle, and it's better by the blade than it is by, being a diplomat.
Of course he did.
So, in the course of not even, probably, I would have to say, on their planet, a couple of hours for you, maybe an hour or two or so. I don't really know how the time dilation works yet.
Doesn't matter. The point is, very soon after I left, this fucking shit happened.
Oh, like when you guys left, this happened like an hour after, if not two.
Oh my god! Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'll be the only one in the group in the Jedi Order. We'll just hold my sessions separately. It'll be great.
Oh, don't worry.
You would find out. I think you'll find. I think you'll find a reason why I did this very interesting.
So, as that would be the end of the recap. So I actually do have a very important question for you.
Mm-hmm.
For your character, I should say, we never actually specified what you would be delivering.
Yeah?
Or just cutting ties with.
Yeah?
Just imagine it's a Pike Syndicate.
Well, to be honest, I'm not really a particular. I'm not a smuggler with any particular allegiance. I'm just kind of a freelancer. That was my whole thought.
So would we say this is some kind of like weapons cargo, or would this be?
I don't know what's in there. That's the point. I'm just trying to get my job done so I can get on with it.
Okay, so this is kind of like a blind.
Yeah, I don't know what's in any of the shit I deliver. I'm just the guy who's like, you got shit that needs delivered that maybe needs to be kept quiet. That's what I'm here for. And I fucking do the job and I go about my business. I don't ask questions.
Alrighty. Oh yeah, I forgot you bought the restaurant. Oh,
Yeah.
Speaking of, we never did calculate. No, we did calculate it. Never mind.
Yeah. Also, here's a question. Where the fuck's the R3 unit? Did we get that bought? I thought we did. But I'm not seeing it on the list.
Did we not put it on the...
I don't think we did.
No, you did buy it. I guess I must have not put it on the... I'll go ahead and put that on there for you.
Alright. Alright, as for the R3 unit, I've been thinking of names. I've been thinking of a few names that I want to call it. I'm not sure what to pick yet. It's between Sparky, Junk, and, what's the last one? Oh yeah, Gadger. What do you think?
That just sounds like a racial slur.
What, is that his name?
Yeah. All three name options. I'm not sure which one to pick. But I guess there are more important things, so let's focus on that.
Spends 2 hours picking a name.
I have a Gungan name generator if you want to use it.
I don't. I used one earlier.
Ooh,
This is for the robot.
Oh, robot.
This is for the R3 unit specifically.
Could always name it robot.
Yeah, but that's boring. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna go with Gadger. I like Gadger. It's a fun name.
Gadger, Radger. Gotta be a Russian badger.
Yes.
That sounds like a racial slur on so many levels.
Anyway, so I'm gonna look at Anduli after hearing all this shit that's gone down. Well, what the fuck do we do now? Do we go back? Do we keep going? I mean, I don't really... What's the call here?
He kind of just shrugs and he says, they're council members. Honestly, this happens a lot more than you would think.
Alright, guess we keep going then. And fucking, I'm gonna start prepping the ship for hyper jump. And I'm gonna tell the astromech, designation, Gadger. And I'm gonna say, mark hyperspace jumps, that we mark all hyperspace jumps we do next.
He just kind of sort of beeps in a response as he kind of reels over to his little plug-in area. Looking at the hyper jump spots for you specifically, you are going to go through 6 jumps.
Yep, something like that.
Along a course of 3 hyperspace lanes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4 hyperspace lanes. I apologize.
Yeah.
Have to be biblically correct.
Biblical. I don't know about this is biblical, but alright. Let's go with it.
You have, you kind of get a pop-up on your comlink and your feed on your console. You see Volusia is going to be your first stop. Now you have full fuel cells, all of your everything is go. Like, you could probably do all of these jumps without fueling. I'd recommend against it, but you could.
Nah, I'm gonna run the fuel down to half and then I'm gonna find a place to refuel.
Alright. Now, with Volusia, Volusia being your first spot, it is a Type 1 atmosphere, breathable. But there are some issues with the trade regulation on Volusia. Currently, they are trying to break out of the Republic which means that any Republic notioned ship or anybody with Republic license will either A, be denied entry into their airspace or be directed to the next possible planet, which would be called Thorgeld 1,
Hmm.
which is in the core world sector, just sort of northeast of it.
Is that out of line with my path I need to take, or?
Technically, it's a shortcut, is because if you take Thorgeld 1, you can actually cut probably a solid 2 hours off of your trip.
Alright.
Thorgeld 1 is off of the lane in sort of unregulated space, and you can actually jump to Shawkin, my mistake, which is the next planet over, and completely jump the hyperspace lane.
Yeah, fuck it. Double benefit. I'm gonna take the short route. Let's go.
Alright. So jumping onto the Coruscanti hyperspace lane, you guys kind of fuel up. The port authorities give you clearance. Anduli gives his Jedi code. I don't exactly know what the proper terminology for it would be. Sort of like he flashes his badge, so to say.
Essentially, yeah.
You guys immediately hop into. You jump into hyperspace.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys shoot out, you have on your device that it says that it will take 1 hour to pass Dokos and another half hour to get to Thorgeld 1. Now, during this downtime, you can regulate your ship, maintain your ship, do whatever you practically want. Is there anything that you might want to do, or start a conversation with Anduli, or tweak some of your droids?
I think I'm gonna chat. Okay, well, firstly I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up that tungsten case for the pit droids. I'm gonna activate 2 of them, and I'm gonna just send them off to, like, make minor repairs and, like, hunt down any pests that might be on the ship, etc. You get the idea? Then I'm gonna sit down and chat with Anduli. What? You say that judgmentally. Is that not enough pit droids? I know they work better in groups, but I figured 2 would be fine.
I would like you to roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
Of course. Of course you would. Of course you would. So that's 20, right?
That is a 20, and then your wisdom would be a 19.
Yeah. Alright. Come on, pray for the nat 20! Pray for the nat 20! Pray for the nat 2!
AC will be a 25.
21. I have 21.
Ooh. So opening the tungsten case and activating just 2 of the pit droids, it doesn't kind of dawn on you yet, but it will later down the line that you are correct. Pit
Oh wait, no,
droids
correction. 22! I got a 22!
It dawns on you kind of later down the line that pit droids do in fact work better in pairs than they do in small groups.
Uh-huh, so what you're saying is, these 2 are fine?
You're flying a X9 Crescent, correct?
Yeah. X9.
If I'm not mistaken, X9 Crescents have coolant issues. No, wrong button.
Really?
I need to do a quick... We'll check with this real fast before I can confirm or deny. They do in fact have coolant issues.
Oh, yay. Wonderful.
Okay, all I needed to know. So, you want to start a conversation with Anduli, correct?
Yeah, I wanted to ask him, so what honestly should I expect from the Jedi Order? After hearing that transmission, it's not exactly sounding like a good idea to join, but despite my better judgment, I'm going to. I just want to know what to expect.
He kind of sits his, he has like a data pad. Think of it like a newspaper or something, but just, a tablet. Kind of sits it on the console in front of him and kind of leans over. He puts his hands in a lock together and leans forward. He's like, all right, to bridge the gap, so to say, any question that you might have, I would like you to ask. Now, to answer that specific question, I believe the Jedi are paving a way that we might not see now, but for the next generation or the ones after, it will bring a very fruitful future.
Alright, well then, further question. Who is that Brandon fellow?
The Mandalorian.
Yes, him.
We aren't exactly sure, to be honest.
Seems like an odd
I
ball.
was on a call one day, just before I was promoted and eventually given a seat on the council. We were, where were we? It was kind of like Tatooine, almost. I don't really remember the planet name. I was there collecting information on the Eternal Empire, and he was just there. We sensed the force from him, so we kind of took a gamble, and it paid off drastically. About a year went by, and we fought together on multiple fronts. The invasion of Keternomoidia, he spearheaded the ground assault, and on top of that, Belkadan. Actually, you didn't hear that from me. You didn't hear that from anybody. Is a planet that was recently rediscovered and added to our compendiums. He and Padawan more or less handled the entire operation.
Is that normal?
No, not at all. Especially for the Mandalorians. They're a very proud warrior race, and to be honest, the Jedi and them do not have good relations. We hope that this will bridge the gap and we can gain strong allies from it.
I see. Alright. And... Well, I suppose that's really all my questions for now.
Kind of just looks at you and he's just like, no questions about like sabers, forms, what you would be learning.
No, I understand sabers to an extent. I've seen Molar use his, and well, perhaps I shouldn't have told you that he has one. It doesn't matter. I've seen them used before. I understand how they work. As for what I'm learning, I'll pick that up eventually. It doesn't really matter right now. No, mostly just personal questions, really. That's all I really had, as far as that goes.
He just nods with this as he kind of leans back and picks his data pad up. He taps a few buttons and you get a kind of like a beep on your comm link. You kind of look down and, see the comm link. It is a, more or less a message from Andula. Would you like to open it?
I do indeed open it.
You open it up and it looks to be the security footage of the, issue that they had with Molar in the training room.
I regretfully, and with great hesitation, slowly press the play button.
As you watch the replay of the footage, it seems Molar is having a completely fine conversation. For some reason, he goes and hits a dummy or two, and then it's almost like the camera shakes as you see some static form on it. And as the static clears away, you see Molar just brandishes his warhammer, destroys a drone, and throws a training dummy into a wall not too far away. You see a sentinel has to detain him by shocking him in the back of the neck on stun mode with his saber pike.
I am currently stroking the bottom of my bill. I'm currently stroking the bottom of my bill, just thinking, what the fuck is this?
I keep forgetting what a bill is, and I keep thinking that is not something that you should be saying.
It's not like he's stroking his dick.
No, it's the bottom of my fucking elongated mouth.
Oh, Dylan, does he actually have, does Anduli have access to the audio?
He does not.
Because if he did, a lot of interesting things would be said to him.
As you continue...
Can he turn on subtitles?
No, there are no subtitles.
Subtitles.
This is not anime.
I wish it was, though. Then I'd beat Yuzukai into this shit.
So, you keep watching this video, and it is not too too long after, you see that Mace Windu as well as the Mandalorian comes through, like kind of walking in a little worried with some extra people, and you see Molar is eventually carried out after Mace Windu and the Mandalorian leave, along with the sister of the Zabrakian that you guys arrested. Which I almost forgot. They didn't give you the bounty for that specific quest.
Yeah, that's fine.
That could always be talked about. Don't you worry.
I don't even care about the money anyway. I'm about to
It
get
looks
bank
at
out.
your 1.3 million revenue from a
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yes, literally that. Oh my god, I'm going to get so much fucking money. I'm going to become a real estate tycoon on fucking Coruscant, bitch. That's what's gonna happen.
Brandon is sitting double digits.
Eventually, I'm gonna buy my own fucking planet. Why not? Nothing's stopping me.
Guys,
I already have a planet.
I'll buy Tatooine. Fuck it. Who cares?
Okay, now you just lowered the bar.
Brandon, you inherited a planet. You don't have. You inherited. There's a difference.
You didn't buy it. You
It's
didn't
still
earn
mine.
it. You
Also,
didn't earn
Dylan,
that
it's
shit with the sweat of your brow.
You know, I just also realized, Dylan, that of course I don't care. I'm not a peasant. But Dylan, if he tried to buy Tatooine, wouldn't he have to fight Jabba for that? Because Jabba lives. He
Oh yeah, that's right. Well,
badass on
fuck that. I'm not
planet.
buying Tatooine then. I don't want to bother with that.
Oh, thank God. At least buy a classy planet.
Yeah, I'll
have to
fucking
deal
buy
with the
Hoth or
Hutt
some
cartel.
shit. I don't know.
He'd have to deal with the Hutt cartel as well as the Black Sun.
I'll buy Hoth then. I don't know.
Nah.
Anyway, moving right along. Well, Kroll just looks at Anduli for a second. And I'm like, well, that was idiotic. That was
Kimberly just kind of nods, and he says, "To be quite frank, he used a force ability that we haven't seen in about a dozen generations."
That was a force ability. I thought he was just pissed off.
Yeah, we did too. That was before one of our sentinels told us that the room violently shook with, and I quote, "the force," and he refused to elaborate.
Well, that certainly doesn't sound good. I'm gonna just lay back in my chair and just look at the ceiling for a second. Just ponder what the fuck is going on when I'm not around. For 5 minutes! I leave for 5 minutes! Shit's going to hell.
Anduli kind of gets up and walks over to the, if I'm not mistaken, the X9 Crescents. There's kind of like a table in the back room next to the cargo area. He kind of walks back, and you see him pull out of his sleeve, just almost seamlessly out of nowhere, a card game. Want to play?
Alright, let's go. I get up and I'm following him.
As you guys go over to sit at the table, he starts laying the cards face down onto the table. You have a set of 12 cards in front of you, and a set of 12 in front of him. He sets the rest of the cards off to the left. He looks at the table and he says, "This is a game that we teach the younglings to help with technique rather than control. Because if you don't have technique, then you can't have control."
Right.
He takes his pinky and he touches a card in the middle of his deck. He lifts it up and you see the card is almost practically stick to his pinky. And you can see him concentrating on it as he turns it to the side and lays it on the table as it stands on its side straight up without moving.
Okay.
He looks at you and says, "Now it's your turn."
I try to do the same. I place my pinky against the deck, and then I fucking just kind of, I don't know, focus on the card I'm touching?
Go ahead and roll for us.
Alright. So that's 1d20 plus 13, right? I have 13?
Yes.
13 plus 12, that's 10, 10, 25.
25. Wow, that passes by 5.
Okay, cool.
Looking at the card, and you said focusing really hard?
Yeah, I'm really straining. You can actually kind of see my eyes kind of pop out a little bit like...
You managed to pick the card up using the tip of your pinky rather than your full pinky like what Anduli did. And
Okay.
as you lean it up and sit it on its side the same way as Anduli, you take your pinky off of it. Anduli looks over and he gives like a sort of small little clap. And he's like, very, very good. I don't think I could actually do it with the tip of my pinky.
Hmm. Well, good to know I've at least got some form of skill.
He shakes his head and says, not skill, technique.
Right.
What you're
Right.
doing is not using the force, but you're focusing it. You may have a knack for enhancements. We don't know until we can experiment a little with it. Would
Hmm.
you like to move on to something a little bigger?
Sure. Let's go.
He goes on to explain the rest of the game as he kind of rolls his sleeves up. And as he rolls them up, you can see very deep and brandishing scars that look years old and some that are even more recent. The
Hmm.
most dangerous looking one runs from the sort of inside of his right forearm, goes from the tip, like the bottom of his wrist, at the bottom of his hand, all the way up to his elbow. And it looks like it goes an inch deep.
I will be impressed, but I'm not going to say anything about it. Out of respect.
He sort of takes his hands and sticks them together as he takes a deep breath, and he takes 2 fingers of each hand, sticks them on the card that he has laying sort of sideways in front of him. He touches his 2 middle fingers like against each other, but the card's in between.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at you as he closes his eyes, and you can see a small shot of electricity go in between his pointer fingers
Mm-hmm.
and burn a hole directly through the card.
Whoa.
As you see a little small puff of smoke go up.
Hmm.
He looks at you and says, the middle fingers act as a conduit. What you're supposed to do is circulate the force between both points, even with the card as a non-conduit.
Okay.
Not a conductor of the force, or, well, it is, but it's hard to make it to go left and right. After you
Oh.
circulate it so many times, you switch it from your middle fingers to the pointer fingers, and that creates a sort of shock of electricity.
Mm-hmm.
Enough
Alright.
static and friction to burn a hole through the card.
Mm. Okay. And I try to do the same thing he fucking did, I guess.
Alrighty. Now we can use the force roll that you had last time as it passes the DC,
Uh,
or would you want to roll again
I'd
and leave it
like
up
I'd
to
like to
chance?
use the previous roll, please, because I don't have good luck with rolls. I mean, just this for an example. Let me roll 3 here. We'll just see how many of them fucking. Oh, okay. Well, that's a terrible fucking example. What the fuck? Apparently, I'm rolling like crazy tonight. But no, we're gonna use the previous one because it does succeed.
Alright. So, following in the same footsteps as him, or do you want to do it a little different? Is there a rendition you might want to try?
Um, I I don't really know how else I could shape this, so I'm just gonna do what he did.
Alright. Doing what he did, you kind of put your hands together and breathe as you take your 2 index fingers, like your 2 fingers, your middle and your pointer fingers, and you do the same thing he did. You stick your 2 middle fingers touching the card, kind of tip for tip, and you leave your sort of pointer fingers just resting on top of your middle fingers.
Hmm.
You start to circulate the force in between your fingers. The first couple of tries, you're met with nothing, as you don't feel it going left and right continuously like a circle. But after the third or fourth try of you managing to fully sort of circulate your energy,
Mm-hmm.
you manage to feel it just completely negate the card as it continues to go through your left finger into the tip of your right, all the way around like a circle.
Hmm.
And as you do what he explained, you kind of stop circulating and focus on your pointer fingers, and you feel a quick little zap of electricity, like you know those shock gums, like when you pull on them.
Yeah, like a fucking little joy buzzer.
Yeah, joy buzzer. Feel probably a shock zap of like a joy buzzer in both of your fingertips, and as you open your eyes and you look at the card, there's actually kind of a bigger hole that was burned and seared into it.
Fuck yeah. Big dick
And Dooley
diplomacy.
again, he gives you a very nice clap. He's just like, very well done. Takes most people probably 3-4 weeks to get that down.
Huh. I don't really feel like I did anything, but thank you. I suppose.
He nods and says, you did much more than nothing. What you did was circulate the energy and the force inside of your body. Everything around us has it. You just need to learn to manipulate it. Some materials are a little harder than others, like metal or some organic material. But when it comes to paper or cardboard or something that can be processed in a factory, it's a little easier.
Hmm.
You'll even see some Jedi manage to heat metal using this ability.
Hmm. Noted.
You kind of see him sit his pinky on his pinky finger on his left hand onto the table, and you hear him take a small breath as you start to see kind of a little reddish hue kind of heat up where his pinky is.
Hmm.
As he takes it off, he sits one of his cards down on it, and you start to see some smoke billow up from it. He kind of takes it off and like blows on it and like sort of presses against it so it doesn't catch fire. And he says, all it takes is just practice doing that specific thing minus the card. You know how Jedi meditate, correct?
I've seen it from afar off, but I have seen it. I believe it was one Jedi Master Kawu or Kananu, someone like that. He was a Coruscantian, I believe. I saw back on Naboo.
He nods and says, how do you think you would meditate with that in mind, circulating your energy in a circle?
I couldn't tell you honestly.
He kind of sort of pulls a seat out. He says, doesn't matter about your surroundings, doesn't matter where you're at, what's going on around you. Some Jedi actually thrive in chaos. And not saying that you are 100% going to be a Jedi. You may work part-time, you may be a full-time helper like how the Mandalorians do. But if you do wish to join the Order, they will require this knowledge of you.
Hmm.
Or require you to know this knowledge.
Hmm. Okay.
He takes both of his hands and he sort of puts them in a fist and puts them in front of him as he just takes a deep breath. And you haven't really noticed it before, but you can start to feel the kind of force around you.
Hmm.
Kind of like a faint, subtle, like kind of like this, like goosebumps.
Huh.
Like the hair standing up on your arms or goosebumps
Yeah.
when you start to feel it concentrated in an area.
The hair I do not have.
You
Because I am a Gungan. But yes, I get what you mean.
can feel him circulating the energy, not in his body, but inside of the room.
Hmm.
You can feel kind of like a prickly sensation to your right as it moves around to your back, and then to your left as it sort of circles in front of you.
Hmm.
He goes on to say, there's really no requirements on how you do it, just so long as you have one point of contact to create a circle. And it doesn't matter how odd-shaped, oval, square-like this circle is, so long as you can get it to move in some motion, left, right, up, and down, in a circle-like, triangle, square-like motion, so long as 2 points connect, you will go very far.
Well, noted. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna go do some rounds. Try and take stock of everything.
Okay. As you get up to start your rounds after kind of whatever weird game he was trying to teach you, you hear kind of like a little bang noise back in one of your maintenance compartments. maintenance area.
I am opening that panel and seeing what the fuck those little shits are up to.
You immediately go to open the panel, and the first thing you see is the dumb droid, the pit droid, just standing there with a kind of hose with steam billowing out of it, strangling the other pit droid and trying to shove the steam in the face of the droid.
What the fuck? What did I just walk into? Hold up. Alright, nope.
Damn, I didn't know this was a. Damn, I didn't know this was an episode of the Three Stooges, Dylan.
That's what's going on, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna grab both the pit droids, and I'm gonna be like, what in the hell have gotten into you two?
As you grab both of them, they immediately stop like fighting and quarreling, and the one that was trying to strangle the pit droid and hit him with the steam tries to forcefully deactivate himself, but fails multiple times.
Yeah, no, I'm holding his arms now. Now he's trying to do that. I will not tolerate this shit from you. I turn him towards me so his sensor can see me. You hear me?
He just kind of gives you a little, like, affirmative, like, just a little beep beep.
Alright, and I'm gonna do the same to the other one. Same from you.
He just kind of, like, trying to scrub, like, little dents off of his head, gives you a thumbs up.
Alright. And I fucking put him down. I'm saying, you go that way, you go that way. And I'm going back to doing my rounds.
As you watch them sort of go left and right, and you head back to going to do your rounds, you take a quick glance at Anduli, and he seems to be kind of just still in the exact same position. It's kind of like he's in a trance now. Like he's completely lost focus of everything around him.
I'm gonna test something. And this is probably really fucking stupid. But I'm gonna fucking try and like... how best to put this? I'm gonna pick up a little plate, or like a cup, or whatever the fuck is nearby. And I'm just gonna try and like... throw it into the room he's in. Not at him, or anything, or near him. Just into the room he's in. I'm gonna try and like... catch it with the force before it hits the ground? I'm gonna try and see if I can do that.
I like this plan.
Yes,
I'm just sad it doesn't hit Anduli.
I'm not trying to hit him. I'm just trying to see if I can impress him.
Hit that bitch. He's a
I'm
poison.
not gonna try and hit him.
I mean, you'll die if you try to kill him, but I would encourage that too.
Anywho, I'm gonna throw it into the room he's in. I'm gonna try and catch it using force.
Alright, go ahead and roll force.
Alright, this isn't gonna go well. I can feel it. Ah! Oh, come on! I roll great when it's not even important. Okay, so that's 16 plus 13, so that's 29.
No, that passes. Alright, so you toss a plate into the room that he's in, and not even narrowly, you manage to catch it before it even starts to, like, decline from the toss. Like you just focus and you catch it midair immediately. Like it was second nature to you this entire time.
Oh, shit! And now we're gonna levitate over over to the table next to him.
As you sort of levitated over to the table next to him, do you sit it down?
I just gently sit it down, so it doesn't even make a fucking noise. I'm not trying to draw attention.
As you gently sit it down, one of the pit droids kind of comes walking in, and as it sits down, he picks it up and he tries to clean it with a rag.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going back to doing my rounds.
I'm going to roll a D. I don't even remember what dice number that is.
D8.
Okay.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
God bless.
Alrighty. So as you go around, probably maybe 5-6 times, checking everything, making sure everything's in stock, you know everything's relatively safe, I should say. You get a notification that you have just passed Thokos, and you're actually almost already at Thorgeld 1.
Alright.
You're probably about 10 minutes from Thorgeld, and time has passed. Like, you haven't even probably even noticed, but it's been almost 3-4 hours.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna go sit back in the pilot's cockpit. That's what it's fucking called. God damn it! I'm gonna sit back in the cockpit and I'm gonna make sure the R3 unit's in its socket, ready.
As you go back to sit into the cockpit and you look over, the R3 unit is already on his way to his little hookup.
All right. I'm just gonna say, good job, Gadger. I'm just gonna go
He
back.
kind of just gives you a little, just like a little happy little tweety beat
All right.
noise in the background.
I'm gonna fucking just start typing away at the console, make sure that our course is right. Just go over the data for it.
Going over the data for the cargo. Your cargo?
Of course, the course.
I
I don't know what's in the cargo. We've been over this. There's no data on that shit.
Just a couple minutes pass as you go over this data. You notice that none of your cargo has been flagged as what's the word?
Illegal.
Yes, it hasn't been flagged as illegal. There's no biohazards, no anything. But the manifest has it listed as a special cargo. As you're looking at this, you get a notification on your dash, a immediate transcommunication. It looks like it's from Thorgeld 1's shipping yard.
I'm gonna take a deep breath, calm my nerves, and fucking press the accept button. What do you need, Thorgeld?
As you click the accept button and you ask, what do you need? You hear, this is the assessor. They're calling to see that you have a special cargo. We do require a customs inspection. If you please land in Ship Bay 3, we'll have one of our officers and port officials down to inspect. This is non-negotiable.
I'm going to just think to myself, shit, and be like, alright, we'll be right down. Just give us a minute. And I cut communications before they can respond, and I get up and I'm running to the cargo bay to try and check and make sure that what we have isn't illegal. I'm checking the crates, boy! We're gonna see what's in them!
He has done this. He doesn't even know, and he's concerned that he doesn't know.
Oh, no. I am opening a crate and I am cracking it open to see what the fuck's got them all worried.
As you open the special cargo, the crates that are labeled special cargo, which out of the bunch you have, only 3 of them are labeled, and they're almost immediately accessible to you.
Okay.
As you open all 3 of them, I don't know how your character would feel in this moment. They are all illegal and black market weaponry.
That's not the worst thing ever. I'm actually quite alright with that.
Don't worry.
I'm gonna have to figure out how the fuck to get around this. I'm probably gonna have to bribe some people. Because I can't hide this shit.
Be intimidating.
You notice several pulse rifles. You notice several iron disruptors that are military grade, as well as what looks to be some clone official light blasters, as well as even what you can only describe as unassembled and broken down parts of light.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna take a million credits, and I'm gonna separate it evenly between all 3 crates, and I'm just gonna lay it on top of there. And anytime anyone opens it, I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, look at that! Wonder how that got there." Just look up and away. But if that before that though, that's obviously gonna be the plan B. I don't want to lose my money if I don't have to. That's gonna be the plan B. The money's gonna be in there. I'm gonna be thinking of a way that I can work around this. I guess maybe I could just. Oh fuck! I don't know what to do. I'm gonna go to Aunt Dooley. That's what I'm gonna do. Hey, Aunt Dooley, buddy. Slight issue.
Yes, go to Daddy.
Slight issue. And then I'm gonna tell him what the fuck's going on.
Danny works Sunday, Thomas, and I think Thomas. Oh wait, no, hold on. Danny works Sunday, Caleb. I'm pretty sure, and Thomas. I
Hmm?
thought his hours changed becoming an operator. If he's not responding, then he's A, asleep, or
Working.
yeah.
I think it's more likely that his hours changed.
Oh yeah, Caleb, I got you a gift for when you show up. I misordered 2 instead of 12, but it'll have to do.
Who's he
He's
talking
got
to?
you booze.
The good.
Who are you talking to?
Anyway, Caleb, he joined. I'm sorry about
Oh,
that,
he
Pete.
joined? I didn't see or notice.
So you wanted to separate 3 million down, like
I'm
between the
separating a
3.
million down into three each of the crates. The same amount. Fucking, and then I'm going to Anduli like, hey, so this is what's happening. This is what's in the crates. What the fuck do we do?
As you go over to after separating the money evenly, you head over into the room that Anduli was in, and he's not there anymore. You actually
Oh
hear him
shit.
in the cockpit.
Okay, I'm going over to wherever Anduli is, and I'm asking him, what the fuck do we do?
As you walk over to where Anduli is, you walk in to hear him say, "Negative, Assessor. This is Jedi Master Anduli Ascor from the Jedi High Council. This is a Priority 1 mission that was assigned to us by the Republic. I know that you're a Northern Dependency, and you don't really regard the Republic as authority. But this is a very important mission to us, and even though this cargo is a sort of special cargo, I can guarantee you that you get your funding this next fiscal quarter, and it will be the first thing on my ballot."
I'm backing out of
As
the
he
room,
said,
and I'm just gonna go around the corner. I'm just gonna listen to the conversation, and hope to God he gets me out of this.
you hear someone come up from the end of the open comm, and it's just sort of a static, and he says, "Customs inspection canceled. You have a good time now." And you see that the ending call has been closed.
I'm gonna walk back around the corner. And I'm like, thank you.
Anduli sighs as he kind of scratches his stubble that's starting to grow again, and he looks back over to you and says, "Oh, no, it's people like him. They only care about 3 things. One of 3 things: their family, the money that they make, or the money they make extorting people for their family." And in this case, it was the third option.
Alright, cool. In that case, I've got some stuff to take care of, and I'm heading back to the crates, and I'm taking my money out of them.
As you're heading back to the crates, you see him close his eyes and sort of lean back in his chair and goes, "You might not want to miscount that money now."
Noted! And I'm going back.
As you run back, and I'm assuming just organizing everything and getting your money
Yeah,
back.
I'm just fucking organizing shit. I'm trying to count out my money, like 1 cred stick, 2 cred sticks, 3 cred... Obviously, it's not broken up into single units.
And a
But,
5 and a 6 and a 7, 8, 9, 10 credit.
anyway, and then I'm heading back to the cockpit, and I'm just gonna take a seat like, ugh. This is not the life I wanted to lead. I'll tell you that much.
Looks over at you and says, "I've been meaning to ask, what was your early childhood like?
Uh,
For you to grow up and not be scattered by the temple, were your parents denying them, or..."
well, can't really say for sure. When I was the absolute youngest, I remember us moving away from the bubbles. You know, the place where most of my kind live. You know, underneath the waters of Naboo. I remember
He
us
nods and he
leaving.
says, "I'm painfully aware, yes."
Yes. Anyway, I remember us leaving the bubbles, and we were in a cave for about 6 months, I think. And after that point, we came back. Can't recall much from that time, but I'm assuming that's probably about the time that the Jedi Council came scouting for me. Beyond that, no clue. I mean, I grew up pretty average. pretty normal life all through it. Ended up in the war, of course, as such. Then eventually, through a fault not of my own, a complete accident, a noble died, and I had to leave Naboo.
Kind of looks at you and says, "Well, were you responsible, or?"
That's debatable, but if you want, I can tell you what happened, and you can make your own decision.
He kind of nods and says, "Nah, I was never really good with that type of thing."
It's actually a really funny story, though.
He kind of like squints his eyes and he goes, "Okay."
Alright, well, so here's what happened. So I'm walking into the armory. It was my day to, guard the place, etc., etc. And what happens is I trip because the door to the armory wasn't completely working. It wasn't all the way open, basically. So I trip over the edge of the door, and I stumble onto a rifle. That rifle then hits another rifle, and which hits another rifle, and another, and then that hits a thermal det, and then that thermal det rolled off the shelf onto a shield generator, knocks over the shield generator, which then knocks over a Gatling gun, which then knocks over a series of other items until eventually a bowling ball, sorry, I misspeak, a big ol' ball rolls off a shelf and hits a noble person in the head.
He kind of just like chuckles for a second as he just kind of coughs and says, "Oh, that's very unfortunate."
Yes, quite.
Was did they die?
Yes, they died. That is what killed them. They were old, so it makes sense that it killed them, but that is what killed them.
He kind of just looks at you with like the look that most people give to like, you don't know if it was like out of like spite. Sorry, let me rephrase. Pity. He's taking pity on you.
Anyway, so I was asked to leave Naboo. They luckily saw that it was an accident. It was recorded because, Armory, of course, it has security. So they gave me this fine little ship, and I tapped the console of the fucking X9 a couple times and told me to get the fuck out.
At least they let you take the ship.
Yes, at least that. It's better than nothing. I kick back in my chair and I'm just fucking thinking about life at this point.
A couple of seconds go by, and Dooley does kind of the same thing as you. And he looks over at you and says, "Did the guns come with the ship, or was that like an unknown thing?"
Oh, the crates? That was a pickup a while ago. Haven't delivered it yet. Been lacking, or slacking, as it were.
You can see him messing with the ring on his finger as he kind of gets up from his seat and stretches, and he says, "I'm kind of snackish right now. Do you want a sandwich or something? Do you have any like food or?"
I'm not particularly hungry at the moment, but there's stuff in the cantina if you need it. Or canteen, as it were, I suppose.
He just kind of looks and gives you a thumbs up, like not looking at you as he just kind of gravitates towards the kitchen.
Yeah, he's gone. Hope he enjoys that entire Womp Rat corpse, or where the fuck Molar was being on the first time we had a session.
Oh my god.
I remembered. Did you? Fucking Rocky IV just punching a dead fucking Womp Rat.
Just comes out with like a fried like a fucking Womp Rat on a stick. "Hey, you hungry?"
Entire goddamn Womp Rat. Oh my god.
Those are delicacies for Ewoks.
Yeah, true. Alright,
As some time passes, nothing really eventful happens.
Mm-hmm.
you know, you and Anduli go back with just general conversations here and there.
Hmm.
You talk about life, people in the Jedi Order, people who've like been famous, or people
Yeah.
that you've met on your journeys.
Here's a question. How many times have I caught the pit droid slacking?
Oh, with only two of them active, every time you turn your head, they're either A, fighting each other, or B, refusing to do anything related to what you ask them to do.
Of course they are. Of course they are. Oh god, I really should have activated 3 of them. Alright. After a few times of seeing that shit, I'm just gonna stand up and I'm gonna walk back to the pit droid container. I'm gonna pop it open, pull out another one, activate it, and just say, mediate between those two idiots.
He kind of looks at the two droids, which are rearing up to like hit each other with the metal pipe that they found, and he just nods as he like sort of wonkily runs out towards them, and all you hear is just a swish of a metal pipe, and then you see a droid kind of go flying out of you through a door as the droid that you just sent out comes back, now with a dent in its front head and
Well,
a
that
little
didn't
twirl,
work.
like he just did what you asked him to.
Good enough. And I'm just gonna walk away, because I'm not dealing with that right now.
As you kind of walk away, you take a glance at your screen in the cockpit area. You see that you have actually already passed Shawkin and Challen, and now that you are kind of in the halfway point between Uvoya Exen and Neoport, that's 7, Neoport 7.
Hmm.
It's close to the Avadot Center that you heard recently had a CIS attack.
Hmm. Oh, that's interesting. Anyway, continuing. I'm not involved in that. Not right now, anyway. I'm not part of the Jedi Order yet. Nor would I really be involved in that, because Emperor's gone, isn't he? So, like, not really.
Emperor.
Palpatine.
Who?
I meant,
No, it hasn't even happened.
he hasn't even happened. Wait, what?
No, this is the Clone Wars.
But he was the head of the place during
Chancellor.
the Chancellor. Yeah, he was the head Chancellor during the.
So right now there is no Chancellor. The emergency powers were revoked from him, and he's kind of backed
Oh,
down into a more quiet position.
wait. So he's still like in the grouping then? Like he's still with the people and
Yes.
shit. Oh fuck. Okay, that's an issue that we aren't addressing. Got it. That's fine.
And on top of that, Senator Amidala is now acting Vice Chancellor until the next Chancellor sessions are held in about a year.
Okay, cool. Anyway, then I don't know. I guess I'm not gonna get involved either way. I'm not getting involved in the fucking CIS at the moment. I don't need to. I don't need to fight them. What do I need to fight them for? I'm just a fucking average Gungan on a ship. That's as far as the story goes.
A Gungan that's force sensitive.
Yes.
Alright. As you look at your...
Just like Jar Jar. But only during the first movie, where he lip-synced with fucking whoever the fuck. We all
So,
remember that.
Looking on the hyperspace lane, you're on the Hydian Way. This is very famous for being one of the first, well, not first, but one of the many first hyperspace lanes ever created using the spaceports by the Jedi way back when.
Hmm.
It's very famous for Bogdan, Paquilus 3, and Neoport 7, as well as Champala. Champala is actually very, very famous.
Hmm.
You know Champala as a very, I wouldn't say big world, but a lot of the politicians and senators and or kind of government positions in the galaxy are filled by the Chagarian.
Hmm.
Chagrian. My mistake. No, Chagrian. I was right the second time. Chagrian.
Hmm. That's cool. Hey, you know what? I just had an idea. It's probably really fucking stupid, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do random scans on asteroids and shit as we're like flying past them.
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't say something like
Oh
that.
god damn! I'm looking for. No, wait, hold on. Let me specify what I'm looking for before we do stupid shit.
Okay.
I'm looking for metals, like raw ore.
Okay.
I'm not looking for anything else. I'm not looking for a fight. I'm just looking for raw ore. See if I can make a little extra on top of the money I'm getting for this.
Being in between Exon and Neoport 7, you said you wanted to scan some
Just
of the
random asteroids as I fly past. Just I'm gonna have them. I'm gonna have the R3 auto scanning random asteroids as we fly past. That's what's
flying past a very big open space. You do pass a lot of sort of,
asteroids, meteorites, whatever is a rock in space.
yeah. As you get closer to Neoport 7, you know that this is a very famous kind of backwater food and drink stop, littered with cantinas, fueling stations, and it's very famous for being neutral no matter what.
Right.
Um, there are usually this is kind of a big asteroid belt in between Neoport 7 and Exon. I wouldn't say huge, but think of it like you draw a line between the two and it goes for a little ways.
Yeah.
Um, Scanning these asteroids as you go by, you notice that they're all mineral deposits, no kind of metals or rich ores. The most expensive mineral that you do get would be calcium, but you can only fetch a couple hundred credits
Yeah, I'm not.
for
I'm not
maybe a
gonna
dozen
bother with
credits.
those. Just metals. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for lightsaber materials specifically, but we'll see what happens with that.
About an hour or two as you navigate this field goes on, the R3 unit kind of beeps as it scans a asteroid that has what looks to be trace deposits of some unknown metal. You would need
Ooh.
a core sample to figure it out.
Mm. How the fuck do I do that?
You could send the pit droids out to do it, or you could send the R3 unit.
Yeah, I'm not sending either that.
You
I'm
could
not.
take the asteroid yourself
I guess I
into
could.
your,
Can I tractor beam that asteroid into place?
yeah.
Secondary.
The asteroid that you're scanning is probably about the size of a
Secondary question. Okay, well that's fine then. Never mind. Secondary question. Could I get an EVA suit on?
V8. Oh, an exo. Okay.
Do I have an EVA suit?
With the X-Man Crescents, with it being a freighter of a light freighter, yes, you do have your simple exosuits, your spacewalk suits, as well as your generalized radiation suits.
Space adventure time! I'm putting on an EVA suit, boy. Let's go! I'm doing stupid shit now. I shouldn't do this. Nah, fuck it. I'm doing it. I'm putting the suit on.
As you go to suit up, you hear Anduli from the other room. Do you want me to, like,
Hmm?
go with you just in case?
If you want.
Someone to the
don't.
saddle.
But I don't want you to die either.
If you want. And I'm reaching for the helmet.
One second. As you go to hold on, where is it? Here we go. As you go to kind of grab your you said helmet?
Helmet, yeah.
Helmet, okay. As you go to grab your helmet, you put it on and you kind of strap yourself in. As you open the landing bay door area, the way that the R3 unit had this asteroid maneuvered, it is kind of just floating behind you now.
Hmm.
Like in front of you.
I'm assuming that there's some kind of like grapple thing or whatever that we have. No? Is that not a thing?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm assuming I have like a grapple thing. I'm just gonna fire it at the asteroid out the door. I'm gonna try to stay in the door if I can and just fire it at the asteroid so I could just like follow it from there.
Yes. As you take aim and shoot, you manage to get it almost first try.
Yay! Because it's the size of a fucking moon, but let's go.
As you get it first try, you manage to kind of... I don't really know how to describe it.
Let me guess, I get yanked out the door.
No, it kind of like... So it kind of goes and wraps around the... wraps around the asteroid almost perfectly. And you kind of manage to reel it in, but it's like really, really slow.
Oh, I'm not trying to reel it in. I have the EVA pack, I'm assuming, on, right?
Yeah.
Like, I have a jetpack, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going out there to it. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to...
I'll see what you're doing. Okay, you were trying to put a line on it just to keep it sturdy, or...
basically, just as a guiding line. So I'm gonna, like, put the gun, like, down inside the ship. I'm gonna, like, shut the door or whatever. I'm just gonna, like, fucking follow the line out.
Okay. Alright, that makes more sense, actually. In my head, I'm like, why is he trying to wrap it around the asteroid?
No! That's silly. Who would do that? Me? Next time there's a small asteroid, I'm gonna fucking put a grappling hook next to it and swing it around like a lasso?
As you,
Hello?
Can you hear me?
You went quiet for a second there.
Yeah, sorry, I moved away. I'm in Canada now, sorry, bad joke.
God damn it. Why Canada? Of all places... No, I'm kidding. I love Canada.
Albuquerque has good maple syrup whiskey.
Anyway, moving on. I'm currently going out to the asteroid. The stupidest decision I've ever made.
We'll see about that.
As you head out to the asteroid, the closer you get to it, the more kind of flashy it gets. Like, not like flashy as in, oh no, radiation, kind of like glittery.
Nice. I like the shiny
It looks
stuff.
to be some kind of precious metal.
Ooh la
As you
la.
get to the asteroid, and you see where the grapple went in, it seems to have not really dented the surface. The only reason the grapple is on it is because it hooked onto like sort of an already big hole on the inside.
Nice. Alright, so, I take a core sample, I guess, and I don't even know what I do with it from there, but I'm gonna take it.
So most of these freighters are equipped with a handheld device to tell you the main compositions of it.
Oh, okay, cool.
So looking at it, and like you take the core sample of it. Hold on, I'm just gonna make sure this specific planet is close. Because if it's not, people are going to ask questions, aka Brandon.
Well, wait, it's a metal. Shouldn't that just be able to occur in any solar system or whatever the fuck?
Not this specific metal.
Oh. Brandon sounds like he's getting pissed off.
As you take a core sample, it seems to be an alloy, a mix between multiple metals, which doesn't really occur in space, as you only get refined metals or single types.
Yeah, like raw metals, basically, yeah.
Yeah, like iron, gold, or in some cases even a charcoal steel, which is very rare to find, but possible. Looking at it, you see that this ore is actually claimed, which means that this specific ore type must have been lost off of a transport ship. You see that the lane that it was supposed to be delivered in was the Salin Corridor, which is south of Dathomir, east of Taurus, and north of Mandalore.
Uh-huh.
It's known as the Triangle,
Mm-hmm.
the Salin Corridor, and the 1 second while I pull up this. The Salin Corridor, the Hydean Way, and the Braxent Run,
Okay.
which are the biggest trade triangle in that entire sector.
What the fuck is it
The
doing?
alloy pops. Say what?
Yeah, nothing. Just thinking.
The alloy pops up 50% alloyed aluminum,
Okay.
40% alloyed iron, and
Uh-huh.
10% Beskar impure.
Hello. Hmm.
You see that it has a trade serial number that is from the Braxent Run and has a Salin Corridor trademark, which is very odd because you also see a vast Cree Trade Corridor corporation that was transporting this, and how it ended up on the Hydean Way is unknown to you.
Well, seeing that it is already claimed, I'm just gonna fucking toss it aside. I'm gonna mark it, though. I'm gonna mark it with, like, a beacon or something that's just constantly sending out a message of, this is here, it belongs to these people.
I'm going to let you know now. There is something called a loss and return policy.
That's
If
exactly...
it's lost in space for more than 12 days, and the people that have it don't return for it, it is yours to keep.
In that case, I'm gonna see how long it's been lost.
Looking at the date that it's been stamped for, it's been out here for almost a year.
Oh, shit, boys! Looks like we just found ourselves some Beskar or some shit. Alright, fucking... I'm gonna go back to the ship, and I'm gonna get some proper mining equipment, and we're gonna collect some of this shit. Enough to make a lightsaber. Let's go!
This rock is human-sized, so you can just pull it into your landing bay.
In that case, I'm pulling it in! Let's go! I'm mounting it onto myself, and I'm fucking yanking this shit in.
As you go to pull it into your landing bay and yank it in, as the door shut and the air like sort of equals out and pressurizes, you see Anduli come in after you start to pull it in, and he looks and says, "That's a pretty nice chunk of metal."
Yes,
what is it?
About 10% Beskar.
He looks at you with like a very confused and fearful look on your face. He's like, "That's not claimed, is it?"
A year out, it was, yeah.
He sighs. He's like, "Oh, thank God. The Mandalorians would kill you if you had any."
Oh, I'm aware of that. But I'm gonna make a lightsaber out of this shit. And I'm gonna take off my EVA suit, and I'm walking back to the cockpit, baby. Let's go!
He just kind of stares at you as you go off to back towards the cockpit. Following you, he's like, "You're going to make a lightsaber out of that."
Why not?
What are the composition components? Is it pure Beskar?
No, it's a mixture of Beskar, aluminum, and I believe iron, if I remember correctly.
So Beskar and pure.
Impure, yes, but I'm sure that we could do something with it.
Regardless. He shakes his head and says, "No, Beskar impure is the name of that specific metal."
Oh, yes, that, exactly right.
It's kind of like a watered-down Beskar. A lot of mining places on Mandalore, it's hard to find pure Beskar veins. And to refine the metals and alloys that you get and extract the Beskar is even harder. Don't get me wrong, it's much stronger than any metal that you could probably find in the known galaxy.
Well, in that case, I suppose what I'll do is make just the very tip, or, like, top of the lightsaber out of it, then. You know, like, maybe
He shakes his head and says, no, you can make the full lightsaber out of it. It may actually help you and keep your saber from getting chopped in half. If you were to meet an acolyte or someone from the Eternal Empire. But you must be careful. You will be sought after if people in the Order know that you make your saber out of this. Because that entire rock could probably process and create well over 1,000 units of sabers.
Really?
He nods and says, "You don't need much.
Hmm.
And if you go to the Order and let our droids and smiths and creators of lightsabers work their magic, in this case, you could have a single pebble of that specific alloy, and you would have enough for 2 sabers."
Well then, I suppose a bunch of Padawans are about to have a very lovely Christmas. Or Life Day. Life Day. Fuck. I forgot Life Day was the thing.
He just kind of nods and goes, "Well, it's very generous of you, but the Jedi will probably compensate you for it if you do."
Nah, no need for all that. Don't care. Anyway, onwards, and I start the ship going again.
Alright. As you start the ship, you guys just kind of go in, and I'm assuming you just start assessing this alloy and like seeing the best ways to refine it. And...
Yeah, basically.
Alright.
As the ship's doing its thing. Thank
Alright,
God ships
we're
are
going
automatic. For the most part.
skip ahead about a day, I would say.
Hmm.
As a day skips, you have cleared most of the hiding way. You're now at a planet called Coruscant in sector M7.
Mm-hmm.
You're at the very, very outermost left tip of what's called the Triangle. That is between the Braxton Run, the Salin Corridor, and the Vathkri Trade Corridor.
Okay. I guess we'll refuel at this point and like maybe take a short like break, just in the port.
In Coruscant?
Yeah, might as well. No reason to not refuel.
Alright. So, looking at the map and seeing Coruscant on the next sort of location, you look at your fuel canisters and you have about 65% fuel left.
Yeah, might as well refuel. No reason to not.
Alright. As you
You cut out.
guys head out, you go through the
happens.
standard port officials. Oh, sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
You said something about court officials?
Yes. As you guys... Oh, wait a second, hold on. There we go. As you head towards Coruscant, you have to deal with the normal port officials asking, and Dooley just more or less flashes his badge. And they let you get the first port that has all of the luxuries free of charge.
Holy shit. Alright, well, in that case, I'm gonna take some of the free toiletries, as it were. You gotta steal the little soaps.
Oh my god.
I'm fucking kidding, but goddamn, if I were that miserly, oh, that'd be funny.
Here we go.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna like refill the ship, then I guess head out after that. After like that, and like maybe like a 2-hour, 3-hour rest. I'm also gonna go through the pit droids, and I'm gonna be like, all right, you three, get the fuck back in the case. All right, clearly this is not working. I'm gonna bring out the next three, and I'm bringing out the next three, turning them on.
As you do, they all almost immediately act 3 times better.
Thank God. Okay, the Three Stooges were the first three in that case. I'm gonna be like, all right, you three, monitor for pests, and do repairs and such. I'm gonna leave
The
the
all
ship.
3 kind of gives you like thumbs up, and they start to run in random directions.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell Gadger, watch him.
He just gives you a little beep beep beep.
Alright, and I'm out. I'm gonna go rest off the ship, in the port, in the bar. Let's go.
As you get off of the ship, you head out kind of like this like fancy lounge area. They have live music. It's very quaint. quiet. Not a lot of people. You see a couple of weird species. By weird, I don't mean really weird. They're humans that kind of have like a bluish tint to their skin.
Holy shit, I'm seeing
They're
some
not
shit.
chase. They're not chase.
Oh.
They're
Tantorium?
just. Yes, thank you.
Hmm.
Trying to find their name for a second.
They're the people that Thrawn was always associated with.
Always confused with, as it were. Alright. In that case, I'm gonna head up. I'm gonna take stock of how many people are in here. I'm gonna count them, basically, and then I'm gonna head up to the bar.
Oh, sorry. The lounge is the bar. It's kind of like a lounge
Well,
style.
either way, I'm gonna just like head up to like the main area where the drinks are served, and I'm gonna like just take stock of how many people are in here, and I'll sit down.
As you head up to the bar area, and you take note, you count about 6 partitioners,
All right.
and the bartender seems to be a Togruta.
Hmm.
On the, I wouldn't say older side, more like maybe 25, 26-year-old. Her mantrals, rather than the traditional sort of shilly white and blue, are kind of like a pinkish color, like they've been modified.
Nice. All right. I'm gonna order a Nabooian wine or whatever bougie Naboo shit. What the fuck is going on? I don't know.
The only one that comes to my mind currently is something called Blue Spotchka. Even though it wasn't produced on Naboo, Naboo does relish it for
In that
its
case,
flavor and color.
I'm buying one of those for myself, and then I'm gonna be like, and then I'm gonna slide like I don't know, fucking 10,000 credits across the bar. I'm gonna be like, buy like as many rounds as that will for everyone here, and I'm gonna take my drink. I'm gonna knock it back all the way, and I'm leaving the bar because I don't want that shit. I don't want to be fucking like hounded, basically.
You don't need to spend any money, as the Jedi will be funding this endeavor for you.
Too late. I'm leaving the cred stick. I don't care.
You leave. Did you want to leave the big 10,000 credits?
Yeah, just a 10,000 cred stick, just sliding it across the bar. Fucking buy everyone a round, as many rounds as I'll give them, and I'm out.
That's more than 100 rounds.
I don't care. Let's see if they die of blood poisoning, alcohol poisoning.
No, let's see how many livers that they get to process until they die.
And now I'm going to, I guess, whatever bazaar there is, shop area. I'm gonna just browse, see if I find anything interesting, like little trinkets. Not looking for anything in particular, just like little souvenirs, I guess.
About 20, 30 minutes pass by as, you're just looking around. They do have an open market, a lot of trading, haggling, species galore. You've seen species that some people would consider rare more here than you have anywhere else.
Nice.
Looking around, you do see kind of sort of like a knick-knack shop that sells jewelry and other accessories. One of those accessories being looks to be little pendants.
I'm gonna look through them, I guess. I'm gonna look through the pendants.
Okay. Looking through the pendants, you do notice a handful of them are shaped as like kind of the bigger. I wouldn't say nations. Like you have a Galactic Republic symbol, a CIS symbol, a Mandalorian, the Northern Dependency symbol.
I'm gonna shake my head like I don't need a symbol to represent who I like. And I'm gonna look for like other shit.
Looking around, you do see a symbol of Naboo, one that has even a Gungan on it.
Pulling out the heartstrings. All right. I'm gonna pick it up for a second. I'm gonna look at it.
As you pick it up and look at it, you see kind of a half stout man come walking up over at you. A wonderful eye you have, all handmade. Could I interest you in one?
I'm gonna flip over the pendant and just examine it some more, and then I'm gonna put it down and maybe like, do you have anything more? Well, I should say less representative of a group, more independent, as it were.
He looks at you and he kind of scratches his chin. Less representative.
More just showy, I guess, really.
Huh.
Something that really says, I don't belong to anyone. I'm just there.
He fishes in his pouch off to his side as he pulls out what looks to be a it's kind of a symbol that has like a oh hell, how do I explain it?
Take your time. I'm in no rush. I'm just enjoying the atmosphere.
One second. It's on here somewhere.
Oh, blue.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So he pulls out a pendant that you kind of resonate with.
Mm-hmm.
You feel this pendant have not a will,
Hmm.
but you can feel it like sort of vibrating through the force. You look at the metal, and it does not look like metal that one would find just anywhere in general.
I look at it closely and I say to him, where'd you get that?
He looks at you and has like this kind of very just serious express. Even for an Argonaut, he is a little more talkative.
Hmm.
Wouldn't you want it? No, I got this off of an older fellow. Had robes. One of them flashy things. You swing it around.
A lightsaber.
Yeah, one of those.
How much?
10 credits.
Seems low.
Well, then 15.
I hand him 15. I just take the pendant.
As you go to hand him 15, he is like, no, 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 you're supposed to go lower.
14.
Have you never haggled before?
I'm just gonna deep breath and I'm gonna be like, 14.
14? Who do you take me for? Now, see, that's more like it. He kind of just, okay, 14. As he kind of just hands you the pendant and takes the credits from your hand.
Yeah. Alright. I'm taking the pendant. I'm just gonna put it in my pocket. I'm not gonna put it on. I'm gonna show it to Aunt Dooley and ask what the fuck this thing is. And then I'm going back through the bazaar. I'm looking at shit. While the ship is refueling. And once that's done, I'm heading back to it.
As you're looking around, you hear someone shout from like the balcony above, "Hey, someone just bought a bunch of free drinks. There's like on the 50th round. There's still a lot left. Like, you guys want to come up and get something? Come on up." And you just see a bunch of people look up, and like just everyone kind of just stops and they just start booking it to the staircase.
Damn fucking right they do.
Like I said, alcohol poisoning is a hell of a thing.
Yeah. And now I have the whole bazaar to myself.
Yep, in just a couple of seconds, it went from the busiest to the most plump you've ever seen anything to the deadest nobody there.
It is
All the shop
desolate. You can hear
owners-
a pin drop in this bitch.
Yeah, like all of the shop owners are confused, and then like literally everyone ran off for free drinks, and they all just kind of slowly look over to you.
I'm like, I don't drink. And I'm keeping on walking. I'm looking for shit.
As you're walking through now, these shop owners are engaged with you every step of the way. At this
Yeah.
point, you've kind of crowded a full conga line of shop owners wanting to show you their like rarest items.
It's like TF2 Fort, baby. Conga! Yeah, let's go.
As you continue to look through this bazaar, look at all of their rare items. At this point, they've sort of done a makeshift booth in the middle of the walkway, showing you the rarest items. You see the Argonaut that you just bought the pendant off of come kind of rushing down. Move over, move over. This man, he likes the Jedi things, right?
I do have an interest, yes.
I almost forgot about this. He left a box with me some time ago. Probably dead, that poor thing. Very weak looking, frail. Where did I put? He goes looking into a satchel and
Did he have a box with an animal in it?
No,
No,
I know.
he was talking about the Jedi there, I think.
Ah, okay.
He pulls out a box with a very faded Jedi symbol on it. This symbol looks to be well over 50 years old.
Oh.
The Sognaut says, "Yeah, I mean, he stopped by a couple of years ago. Well, what year is it?
What year is that? Again?
22.
All right.
22 ABY. BBY. Hold on, BBY.
Before Battle of Yavin, yeah. I guess we wouldn't really be calling it that. I guess we wait. Hold on. We wouldn't really be calling it BBY, would we? Because Yavin doesn't.
Before the third resynchronization, it was technically the 1057. I think it was 1500. 1057 was the year.
All right. Well, either way, I tell him the date.
He looks at you like, well, okay, so it would have been no, it would have been. Am I that old?
It appears so, my friend. It appears so.
He kind of just, oh, well, it doesn't matter. I haven't opened this box. He told me not to until I met someone interested in that pendant. And I'm going to be honest, I forgot about it.
Right.
But, I'll sell it to you.
All right. I'm going to buy it
1,000 credits.
All right. I'm going to pull out 1,000 credits.
No, you're supposed to haggle. We went over this.
950.
950. Okay, as he hands you the box.
Give him 950. So that's wait, what are we at? What are we down to? Let's see. So that's 1,000. So that's 960, right? Something like that.
Well, you spent 10K, even though the Jedi.
Yeah, I already took that off.
So then the pendant was 14 credits.
Yeah, 14. So we're at 9. No. Yeah, 964. So that much minus this much. For Windows key, calculator, 536. Alright. Anyway, so I've bought the box. I have the pendant.
Yep, which I'll actually add the pendant to your inventory.
Yes. Anyway, pin bed down. No, okay. I'm gonna scroll down so you don't. Yeah.
Didn't mean to cap that.
Yeah, it's
Galaxy Show.
galaxy
There we go.
shape. There we go. And then one box.
Oh, no, you won't need to put the box in.
Box Jedi.
You won't need to put it in.
Yeah, too late. I already did. Anyway.
So, taking it, he looks at you and says, I don't know what's in that box. Hello, doggy.
Doggy. Doggy, 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 doggy.
Looking in the, like, I don't know what's in that box. But, I hope it helps you with whatever happens. He said a man would come and pick it up in some time. But,
Never
I don't
happened.
remember what else he said.
Fair enough. I put the box away. I'm gonna go back to browsing.
As you go back to browsing and the Yognut starts to turn around back to his own little shop, he turns around and is like, oh, wait, I did remember one thing.
I look back. Yes.
The man who gave me that box said that it would be a Gungan who got it. And you're the first Gungan I've seen in a very, very long time. Whatever's in that box will probably help you more than it did me.
I'm going to lower one of my eyes on my eye stalk and kind of raise up the other one, like, huh? You know, the quizzical look. And I'm going to be like, okay, thank you. Anyway, and then back to browsing.
Back to browsing. What type of attire are you wearing?
I'm currently wearing my battle armor.
Oh, yes, that's right, that's right.
As
you look...
Yeah. Anyway,
I was
continue.
going to say, as you were looking around, you do see a Nabooian kind of like stall.
I'm gonna browse.
And you see a lot of attire that would fit Nabooian like royalty. There's a lot of silk, velvet, very cheap prices too, which probably tells you they're knockoffs or cheaply
Stolen.
made.
Yeah, it's
But
like it's an Arbani suit.
Yeah, you do see a lot of Gungan attire, specifically tribal attire.
What the fuck?
You see a whole bunch of different, I wouldn't say Gungan artifacts, just because, but you see weapons, droid poppers, bubble bursters, everything.
Alright.
As you're kind of peeking in, looking around the shop, you do see a Gungan male who's pretty buff behind the counter, kind of just flipping a coin or credit in between his fingers.
Ah, yes, my fellow Chad Gungan. How do you feel about flexing our pecs? Ho ho ho! Wait, Gungans shouldn't have pecs for amphibians. Fuck. Never mind. Continue.
As you look at him sort of spin the credits in his hand, you see him sigh as he just gets up and goes over. It looks like he has an open sign on like the front counter as he flips it over to close.
No room for a fellow.
As he flips it over to close, and like, do you say that to him?
Yeah, no room for a fellow Gungan.
He sort of turns his head back over, and you see like that look, depressed look on his face go from like confusion to just like absolute excitement, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god,
Oh.
a Gungan, a Gungan.
Yes.
As he just completely goes ape. Like he flips the sign back to open, he grabs a whole bunch of stuff off of the shelf, and like there's a table next to you, he just piles it on. We got traditional robes, we got weapons, we got headgear and garments.
Right.
What are you looking for? What do you need?
I suppose a new set of clothes wouldn't hurt me.
He immediately takes out like the bottom 3 of the stack and flips them over. And he says, clothes, we got a lot of clothes, and lays them all kind of very neatly and fashion orientated down. And they're very decent looking clothes. Like, I can't imagine a Gungan wearing a suit, but you have kind of like slacks with a very nice button up that has a cool like what we would call a Hawaiian pattern, like with flowers and floral design. Kind of a deep blue color like the sea.
You know what's actually funny? I have a dark blue Hawaiian shirt as well. Fucking, I'm buying it.
Oh my god.
It's too
Immediately seeing
convenient.
it, you buy it, you just immediately, like, I assume you just point at it.
Yes, that one.
You tell him that one, and he says, well, that's wonderful. This is actually one of the real items I have set up.
Ah, you don't say. All right. Pull out some credits and I'm putting them down. How much?
He looks at it and says, well, usually I charge like 10 grand for this kind of thing, because this is actually authentic Nabooian fur that was
Right.
woven into the. Not the point. You're not here for statistics, are you? No. 5,000, yours. Take it or leave it.
All right, 5,000, and give me a couple of those droid poppers.
No, you're supposed to haggle.
Fine. 4,950.
Okay.
Give them that, and then I'm a fucking 4,950.
The droid poppers are 100 each. He has 12 in stock.
I'm gonna buy all 12. So 100 each. So that's. Let me just clear out previous thing. So 300436 minus. You say 12? Yeah. So that's 100 each. So 1200.
1,200.
Then 4,950. Boom. Windows. Calc. I'll make that a little smaller. 9. 9, 8. Alright. And then I guess from there I'm gonna look at maybe like a Nabooian Gungan dagger, or whatever fuck type of daggers Gungans use. I don't know. It's literally just a Hawaiian shirt.
There we go.
Alright. And I'm gonna look at like any knives he has, like from Naboo.
Looking at him, you can see that the knives he does have in stock are knockoffs compared to the original. Cheap, quick alloy remakes.
I'm gonna look at him and say, "You have anything else real?"
He scratches his head for a second and says, oh, artifact. As he runs back and like grabs a big box and pulls it up. He opens it, and on the inside, perfectly in a sort of silk encased velvet, is an orb.
The orb. I must ponder the orb. I'm buying the orb.
Stole the joke. I was going to say he picks it up and ponders it for a second.
No, I'm buying the fucking orb.
He looks and says, "Pearl orb,
Pearl.
big fish, Akakura.
Oh, yes. All right.
Fish that attacked Jedi at one time.
How much?
I go pull up Pearl. Go big money and capital. It's used for energy resources. It can be used for power generators.
Yes. I know what it's for. How much?
I don't know.
200,000.
Deal.
I'm gonna fucking give it to him. I give him 200,000.
I'm just going to put in the inventory orb.
The orb! Alright, and I'm say, thank you, my good man. And I'm gonna go off to browse some other stalls. I love it. This is like a little. Oh shit, we've been doing this for a while. All right, I'm gonna quickly browse the other stalls and get back to the ship.
I'd like you to look at your inventory real fast at the
Alright.
Herald Web. Oh no, wait, I messed it up.
You're fucking kidding, right?
Nope, I messed it up. It is 2.5.
Well, I'm never selling it, but I am gonna use it as a power source eventually. Waka waka. Moving on.
It is an actual infinite power source for the hyperdrives, is because it's considered a reusable resource, is because the stuff inside of it is made nothing but condensed electricity.
Hey, here's a quick question. Can I put that shit in a cannon?
If you were to shoot that,
No, not the spear itself, but can I like make a fucking gun out of it?
oh no, if you were to activate this, it would supercharge everything.
Okay. Okay,
So
so
you
it's
wouldn't
like
have to worry about connecting it directly. But
Got it.
yes, if that's what you were wondering, you could if you were like had it on you and you were somewhere else.
Okay. Well, in that case, never mind. I'm just gonna have it like around the ship. Whatever. We're gonna work on that. We're gonna figure this out. We'll figure out what to do with that eventually. Maybe I'll make a droid that's permanently powered forever, and I'm gonna take the restrictor bulb out of it. We're gonna see what the fuck happens with that. But anyway, browsing.
Looking through the rest of the shops, you don't really see much of anything that would catch your eye in this case.
Just to be nice, since I did in fact draw everyone away from the shop, I'm gonna buy something from every shop.
Alright. I have over 125 shops listed.
And in that case, I'm just gonna buy random whatevers. Just like fucking
The
tiny
item
little
in any
things.
shop I put down at 1 credit.
What?
So I have a shop list, and I have an item for each shop, as well as like a rare item that each owner would have.
Uh-huh.
And I roll on it, sort of a list.
Mm-hmm.
The lowest item that almost every shop has would be around 1 to 2 credits.
Alright, in that case, okay, you know what? Fuck it. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna look for like one more shop. Just like I don't know.
Particular shop in general?
Maybe like specifically in maybe a place that sells precious metals. Yeah.
I have 3 of those. I have 3 of those. Are we looking for one? Like, what type of metals would you be thinking?
Something I can make maybe like a little gauntlet out of. Maybe make like a little gauntlet so I could protect myself. Maybe it pops out into like a full shield. That's like lightsaber resistance, if you catch my drift.
So, like the Mandalorian shield gen?
Not quite. I didn't mean an energy shield. I meant like an actual.
Oh, wait, you mean like an actual metal shield?
Yeah, like a physical shield that like I press a button and it pops out, and then I have a shield then.
Well, you're gonna hate me for this one. The Argonaut is the Smith shop that can do that. The Argonaut, the one that
The Ugnaught's the one that can do that.
Yep.
Okay, well, back to the Ugg baby. After figuring out that nobody else can do that.
Well, there's another Smith, but he specializes in accessories on armors, like gold inlays, names.
In that case, let's hit up that guy first, because I kind of want to get something inlaid on my armor.
So, walking toward the open market bazaar, you find what looks to be a Cerulean working in a shop. He looks to be brash, kind of modest in build, kind of sprawled hair, and he actually has a golden streak that's lines through it naturally. It doesn't look to be modified in any way.
Nice.
Looking at this cerulean, you notice that his left hand only has 3 fingers: his thumb, his index, and his pinky.
Oh, he's lost some hands, some fingies.
You see him grab his with his left hand a hammer that has what looks to be a tiny little, almost microscopic needle on it. His right hand has another big ass rubber mallet,
Mm-hmm.
and he has what looks to be a shirt of some kind of alloyed metal in front of him, and a customer next to him. You see him tap it a couple of times with the rubber mallet on the shirt. Excuse me, as it goes down, and you see kind of like a little light kind of glow from it.
Mm-hmm.
As he finishes, he puts the mallet and like this little tool off to the side, and he holds up the shirt and shows it both directions. And it looks like on the shirt itself, you see a kind of wide range of different numbers, letters, and kind of like an alchemy equation.
Basically, yeah.
Looking at it, you see this man, which like has like a bunch of weird tattoos on his body.
Mm-hmm.
You see a whole bunch of tattoos of what looks to be reoccurring gangs, and you see X marks on all of them.
Ah.
This man just kind of like smiles and was like, "Thank you, Jonas. This is a big, big help. I know that you don't really take orders like these, but my new gig that I just got, it'll be wonderful."
Wait, what'd you say his name was?
Jonas.
Jonas. Got it.
You see Jonas kind of just stand as like, "Look, John, it's all right. I understand. You got a family to feed, and I'm not big on the type of work you do, but anytime you need some help, just come on down and I'll see what I can fix up." This man takes the shirt and sort of armor, he puts it on, and you see that it kind of hugs him very tightly where it was loose before. And the man just kind of smiles, hands him a pouch of money, pats the smith on the shoulder, and as he turns and walks out, you see how he has the letters EE tattooed on his left cheek.
I'm assuming that's the new gang he's in.
You would have to assume so.
Yes. All right. Well, then I'm gonna walk up to him. Hello, sir.
I like how Brandon is probably internally screaming at that.
What? I'm not talking to the gangster.
Is he even here?
I don't know. Maybe. Either way, I'm not talking to the gangster. I'm talking to the fucking smith.
Alright, so you walk over to the smith and you greet yourself. You like tell him hi?
Yes. I would like a inscription on the back of my armor.
The man looks up over at you and nods and says, "Well, what kind of inscription can I get you?"
Nothing much. Just a simple. Fuck. I had a thought in my mind, but I forgot it. God damn it. Oh yeah, I remember now. Just a inscription that reads in however many languages you can. If found, return to Naboo. That's for if my corpse ever gets found.
The man looks at you a little perplexed and is like, "It's not the oddest order I've ever had. I mean, like him, he wanted me to enhance his armor for him.
Do
Enchantments and stuff like that."
Alright, well.
As he kind of pulls out a list of things, he hands it over to you. He looks at you and says, "I actually keep this on standby for occasions like this. All the languages I know."
Alright.
Looking at it, you see probably 17 different languages, all very, very widely used in the galaxy. It covers practically every core species group.
Yeah. Alright, so I ask him, how much will this cost exactly?
He looks at you and says, "I usually charge per letter. My work is greatly sought after. But you
Per
seem like a
letter.
well-enough lad.
Mhm.
And it's not that you probably don't have the money. It's just that I think you'll do good things. It's a feeling we Smiths get it."
Right.
So I'll cut you a break. I'll charge you per line and per language.
Okay.
17 languages, 17 lines.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bad at math. What is that? He
Fucking
says that, not me.
piece of that.
17 and 17 is he kind of just holds his fingers up and says, we'll just do one big fat price. He counts on his fingers. Well, actually, I have a proposition for you.
Hmm.
I have a client who needs some work done on this house, but he can't pay. If you're willing to source the materials for this job, I'll do it for you for free.
What materials?
These materials are anywhere from construction to metals, alloys, and other sorts.
Okay.
The job that I'm going to be doing is reconstructing a living room and kitchen set since he recently had a new child. His name's John, the man you just saw.
Him.
He's come into some money problems recently and
Hmm.
he's had to do some tedious work, if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
So, you source the materials, or even better, foot the bill. It's 250K. You get this done for free.
The bill is 250K.
Yes.
Alright, I'll foot it.
Jesus, this instead of a shopping session, this is spend my money now session.
Damn fucking right it is, bitch. I got too much money. I gotta get rid of some of this. Gotta help lubricate the economy, as it were.
I'm stealing that. Lubricate the economy.
Damn fucking right. Anyway, so minus 25000.
What's sad is you're still going to be in like the high millions.
I am well aware. I might actually eventually just be like on Coruscant, just passing out fucking hundreds and thousands of credits every day, just like random people on the street. Hey, you boy! You look like you could use some money! Fucking throw 20,000 credits.
When the vote for chancellor comes, there's always allowed a third-party option outside of the main.
I'm the third-party option! Get
You don't
fucked!
even notice. You don't even know. You just get put on the ballot.
But yeah, no, for real though, I have too much fucking money. I'm burning this shit. I'm like, alright. Here's 250 and I'm fishing around. Here's another 200K. Give that to that boy that you just sent out. Tell him he doesn't need to worry about his money or repayment.
Oh my god, you just saved his life.
I am well aware of that.
No, the EE tattoo is the Eternal Empire, the one that the Jedi are at war with.
Ah, I see.
They are global galactic terrorists that are trained to fight with sabers, even though not all of them are force sensitive.
Well, either way, give him the money, tell him he doesn't need to worry about it, and if he ever needs any more, tell him to seek out Kroll Zujis on Coruscant.
Oh, I hope you know what you've just done.
I am well aware, and I do not care. I'm getting 1.3 mil every month from the fucking restaurant. I don't give a shit.
No. You've just name dropped yourself in the place of your residence. If he decides to stay with the Eternal Empire, oh god, I gotta find somebody to do this requisition.
Wait, no, hold up. You're right. Fuck, I just fucked up.
Oh, no. I'll give you the chance if you want to take it back and be like, tell him to find me on Coruscant, but no name, or
I'm gonna tell him to find me on Coruscant.
like I'm literally the only Gungan in there.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard. Oh no!
Related.
Oh god, I'm so stupid. Alright, fuck it, we're doing this.
The man looks at you as he takes the 250, and then you hand him the extra and tell him, like, you know, the whole thing. He's like, he kind of just sheds a tear and wipes it away and says, "That's the nicest thing I've ever seen anybody do." While you're at it, could you pay for the orphan? Never mind.
Wait, hold on, what?
No, he's like, no, never mind.
Yes. Keep staying, keep talking.
He looks at you. He's like, no, it's the orphanage here.
I am raising up my voice and I'm saying, how much?
They just need a small donation, like 500.
1 million credits! Got it!
What?
And I don't like seeing orphans in need, man. I'm giving them 1 million credits. Fuck it.
Oh my god, I gotta open up a secondary note page for this. Hold up. Alright, let's see. I have to make a separate.
I'm never gonna spend this much money again, but it's nice to do it at least once.
One second.
This is so stupid, but I have too much money. It hurts. And I don't like having so much money because I grew up poor and I know what it's like to not have money. So I might as well share my money while I have it. That's the way I'm viewing it.
Hmm. One second.
I just gave this man the equivalent of literally more than a lifetime worth of credits. This better work out well. I'm gonna be pissed if it isn't. And I'm not.
Question. You ever do jobs for the Hut Cartel?
Is that him directing that at me?
No. I'm asking you out of character. Like,
Oh, me?
yes.
Has
Would you
Kroll ever done it?
Yes. Would you say would he have ever taken
No.
something?
God, no. He hates the Huts.
Okay, good.
Why did you ask that? Dylan, why did you ask that?
Hold on. I can't talk.
Fair enough. Continue your calculations.
Diplomatas elos ich bin Rostani. Okay. Are you familiar with the southern dependencies? You have the northern dependency who is in the Republic airspace in their territory, but they consider themselves independent. Think of it like you have a king.
Yeah, I kind of understand them. What
Who
about
has
it?
a kingdom or like a town area that elects their own king.
Okay, what about it?
You are in the northern dependency right now.
Yes.
Just doing what you've done everywhere raises your reputation with the northern dependency by over 25.
That's fine, I don't care. It doesn't affect
Opens
me.
up
I'm never coming
something-
back here anyway.
No, it affects you. It opens up something called diplomatic immunity.
You're telling me I could kill a baby and I'd be fine?
Within reason. You are more or less a unrecognized beneficiary / guarantor of the Northern Dependency.
Okay.
And you will be solicited with random emails from time to time.
I am going to ignore all of them, so it's fine.
Most of them are going to be from the orphanage, but
I'm also going to ignore those ones. I as much as I like doing good deeds, I don't like feeling rewarded for them. All right, this doesn't feel right.
no, this is like it won't be rewarded per se, but you will become more or less like a unofficial politician.
That's
if you
fine.
stick with that side timeline.
You know what? That's fine. Whatever. 1 million credits to the orphans, baby. Let's go.
As like he explains it to you, like he even gives you their account information, expecting just like
He doesn't even finish talking, and I'm already typing in the account information and giving them the 1 million credits.
As you donate the 1,000,000 credits, his name is the one that is on this like the person who set this transaction. A couple of seconds go by, this man hasn't noticed it, and he gets a little from like a little pad off in the corner. He walks over, picks it up, clicks it, like, yeah, what? And then you hear nothing but just crying and like sobbing on the other side, like, oh my god, who did you get to give
I'm
us
taking
that
off my
many-"
armor and I'm laying it on his table and I'm pointing at him and just going like, and I'm walking out.
As you do this, he like looks over at you with like a weird look on his face, like, "How much did you?" And you're just pointing, like, "I'm gonna go." And
I'm out. I just give him the finger guns like, and I'm out.
as you head out, it'll take him probably about an hour to finish the
That's
survey.
fine. That's fine. I need to go over to the other dude to get my shield anyway.
And you start to head towards the Ogna.
Yes.
As you head towards the Ogna, you see that some people are starting to return from the sort of lounge area, drunk off their asses.
Of course they are.
Man, whoever dropped that 10,000 credit, I'd kiss him on the lips right now, man. I swear to God.
I am just.
Has any of them tried any form of vacation in the area?
I just gave
or
1,000,000
sex?
credits to an orphanage, Brandon. How do you feel? Am I a good boy, Daddy?
I hate how I'm the father of the group, Dylan. But yes, I am proud.
You're damn fucking right you are. Papa, let's go to the Ugnaught.
As you're passing the Ugnaught, you actually see the one man named John that was in the shop earlier. He's the one with the EE tattoo on his cheek. He passes by and he's talking to his comm like, Jonas, what do you mean a strange? What do you mean a Gungan is giving me money for? No, there's got to be a catch. There's no way. I told you I had a good gig lined up with this EE group. No, they're not and then like he keeps walking and you don't hear what he says at the end.
Continued arguments. Alright. I was told you were the man to find if I need a particular piece of armor.
As you walk up and talk to the Ugnut, he kind of looks over and, oh, it's you again.
Yes.
I don't have any more weird Jedi relics.
That's not what I'm here for. I need armor. Specifically a shield. Not an energy shield, but a metal shield. Can you do that?
Are you daft? Like, do you have a screw? The screw is loose in here somewhere.
Somewhat.
Oh, okay. I can do it. I mean, is it gonna be weird? I haven't done a metal shield in some time. Not since that old rebellion at the. How long ago was that? You know what? It doesn't matter. As he goes to grab some like materials and other things. What you want it made out of? I got aluminum, alloy aluminum.
Something lightsaber resistant. And collapsible. It needs to be a collapsible shield that when I press a button, it releases into a full shield. Or perhaps maybe just whatever shield you can fit into such a space.
What's collapsible mean?
Really? Is that really what he's asking?
Yeah.
Okay. It can crunkle up into a very small space, like fold up into a small space, and then be hidden away, basically.
Oh, like a cup.
What'd he say?
A cup.
A cup?
Yes. Just a normal cup is what he's comparing it to.
I guess. Yes.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Now, lightsaber resistant.
Yes.
I don't have any of those sourceable material. That take me months to get.
Well, in that case...
Strongest material I have is some Beskar aluminum alloy I got from my Mandalorian trader.
Is that not lightsaber resistant?
Oh, he kind of like goes on and like, well, and it kind of is, but it's
Hey, here's a question. Here's a question. Would the ore that I have on the ship be more lightsaber resistant than that? Do
The
I know?
one you have now would be, if like percentage wise, would probably be 75, 80-ish% resistant, whereas what he has is more like 60 to 50%.
Ah, better than nothing. I'll take it.
You want to source some of the materials and like give them part of what you have on the ship?
Actually, you know what? Yeah, that's a better idea. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm gonna tell him one moment, and I'm gonna head back to the ship, and I'm gonna fucking chunk off a few chunks of that fucking ore, and I'm gonna bring it back to him, and I'm gonna put it out, and I'm gonna be like, "Will this work?"
As you come back and you sort of toss it on the table in front of him and ask him, he looks at it. Yeah. It looks like Beskar and pure.
Mm-hmm.
He just takes a big old. Oh, even tastes like it too.
Yes. Would that work?
Yeah, then I can make you folding cup or whatever you called it.
Shield. And
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. Well,
that would be
whatever you Gungis call it. What's your race again? Gungi?
Gungan.
Gingan?
Gungan.
Gun. That's a weird name.
Yes.
As he proceeds to immediately just looks at you, looks at like more or less a lava pit in front of him in the back, and just drops it in.
All right. So he's got the ore. He's got the shield ore.
Yep.
All right.
He looks at you. Oh, this will take me 30, 35.
How much for labor?
Huh? How much for what?
How much? How much are you charging?
Oh, I don't know. 30, 35.
Okay.
Hey, what?
We'll talk about it later. And I'm heading back to the ship.
Well, you don't see it, but you just kind of like you leave, and he's just like, talk about what?
He's just gonna be so confused. He's making a shield now. He doesn't remember why.
As you head back to the ship, you see Anduli is also back with like a wider range of stuff. He has like a giant teddy bear
What?
with a bow on top, and it has like a tiny little like press me thing in the center.
Do I know what? I think I know why he bought that to him.
It looks
I'm
like it was made for a kid.
I'm just going to tap the side of my head. Why'd you buy that?
He looks over. Oh, it's for my wife and kid, or future kid, whenever she has them.
Ah, I see. Well then, and I'm gonna head back on the ship.
As you both kind of head back onto the ship, he sits down with all of his stuff and puts it into a corner and says,
Hey,
"Anything to
Brandon,
add?"
is that actually why you bought that?
Yes, actually.
Okay, cool. Continue.
He looks over at you. He's like, "I thought it was common knowledge that most people knew that Jedi weren't allowed to form attachments. Are you not curious?"
Uh, a little bit, but I think Brandon mentioned something about that earlier. Can't recall for sure though.
Are you sure he mentioned the right thing? He has a
He mentioned
problem
something
with
about
giving you
adults
attachments.
being allowed to join the order, so I guess I kind of assumed that also meant that you were allowed to have been previously married or something.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. He kind of just nods contently. So, what were you doing with your spare time?
Oh, nothing much. Like, just kick back and relax. I bought a few things. In fact, actually, hold on. And I pull out the Jedi box and the pendant, and I just... What do you make of this?
He looks at the pendant and says, "Where did you get that?"
Bought it from a Nugnaught.
Those were given out to a requisition force many, many moons ago, probably 60, 70 years ago. Just recently, we had somebody find an old interceptor way out in the outer rim that was probably 70 years old.
Hmm.
Um, I forget what his name was. He was a smuggler of some kind. He was more well known out that way.
Right.
The Jedi's name was Jedi Knight D something.
Hmm.
Um, it would have been around the same time that those pendants were given out.
In the box.
No idea what the box is. Judging from it, it looks like an old storage container. They were standard issue back then. We would keep our sabers in them. When I was a Padawan, a youngling, they stopped issuing them. I think I was actually the last person in my crew to get one. He kind of fishes one out of a bag that he always keeps with him, and you see it looks kind of the same, except it's a little smaller as time goes on.
Hmm. I put the pendant aside and hold the box up and just kind of look at it. What do you think's in it?
He looks at you and says, "Well, judging from how old the box is and the way that they were used, probably maybe a saber, some personal effects."
I open it. This might be the worst mistake of my life. I may have just opened Pandora's box and I am on the ship. We're gonna see what happens.
No, I doubt that. You're fine.
He's being very quiet. I am scared. Brandon, what do I do?
I don't know. Look up something, I guess. Maybe.
Dylan, what's happened? What did I blow up? Am I dead?
No, you're fine. He's just rolling, or
Oh
he's
god.
getting something.
Rolling, typing, and reading at the same time. Okay.
Oh no, I've done
You're a
something
horrible
wrong.
multitasker, Dylan.
Oh, I've done something wrong.
No, you've done something good.
I'm going to die.
As you open it, a giant sort of poof of dust kind of just opens up and settles into the box. Inside, you see what looks to be a 50-something, 60-something-year-old lightsaber
Huh.
with multiple personal effects.
I'm going to put it aside, or put it down on the table in front of me. Well, I'm assuming I'm at the table. I'm going to put it down on the table in front of me. And I'm going to take out the personal effects first and examine them.
Taking them out very carefully, you look at these effects. You see a photo as one of them. It has a man wearing a very big, bulky black robe with his arms kind of outstretched. There seems to be a girl, a younger child, sort of hugging him by the waist. On the inside of this robe, you see knives.
I'm
On the left side, you see multiple sabers on the right, and you see what looks to be the saber that's in the box attached to his hip. This man has long, black, silky hair that's slicked all the way back down into like sort of the mid portion of his back, with a enormous beard in front of him.
I'm going to flip over the pictures and look at the back, see if there's any writing or anything.
Looking on the back, you see the name Drooly Wolf with 3 F's.
Recognize the name Julie Wolf by any chance?
You say Drooly Wolf, and Anduli's head shoots up and looks at you. He reaches over and asks for the photo.
I hand it to him, and I'm looking at the other personal effects now.
1 second. There we go. Looking at the other personal effects, you see 3 opened and unsealed letters and 1 handwritten letter.
I'm going to put those aside, and then I'm going to pick up the saber, and I'm going to look at Anduli. Anything?
Anduli looks at the photo, but you can see his hand is starting to shake a little.
I guess
Holding up the saber, you feel a sort of something clank on the inside.
Oh shit.
As you kind of look, you see that the side compartment on it's open.
Oh.
It has a very sleek design It kind of has like a Corellian design to it. It has kind of small goldish inlays that go from the top and sort of curve towards the center, towards the bottom.
Hmm.
And it's only one button at the top, whereas the emitter section has the safety and non-safety option.
Hmm.
Do you want to open up the compartment, see what the
I
finding
guess I'm
is?
opening up the compartment after Anduli tells me if he recognizes the guy.
Anduli is just staring at this photo. He now has his hand over his mouth, and you can see his eyes are like pinpoint laser focused on the man in the photo.
He's not even worried about me.
He looks up at you and says, Julie Wolf.
Uh-huh.
He was a martyr.
Hmm.
Martyr as I ordered.
Uh, so who's the girl then?
He flips it over and looks at the name. A Jassy Wolf. Most likely his daughter, maybe?
Hmm.
Looking at the photo, he sits it down and he says, he was known as a very powerful wandering Jedi.
Hmm.
He denied the master exams uh, multiple times. He just refused them. He stayed at Jedi Knight 3, always claiming that it was less responsibility than being a Jedi Master.
Fair enough.
This is around the time that the whole Civil War was happening, when
Hmm.
the Republic was getting its bearings, the Mandalorian, Cold War was in full effect. He was the one that was what was it? What was it? We learn about him in history. Uh, he set the Civil War in motion. He's the one who started the fighting. And he
So
always swore, according to the books, that it was because of some great doom that was coming. And that if we didn't start fighting now, then what was to come, we wouldn't even be able to fight off.
hmm. Well then, I open the
He single-handedly
hmm.
destroyed Acolyte Order. Over 1,000 acolytes. People ranging more powerful than Jedi Masters, even more powerful than the Sith Lords that we have today.
Sounds like a powerful man.
Much more than you would think.
All right, I open the
He was
compartment.
said that there's something about Yoda's sparring partner, and they both would destroy the room on more than one occasion. And it got to the point where when he couldn't find anyone stronger than him, he would leave and go to other temples and sects of the Order to fight their Grand Masters. And it,
Hmm.
where did you get this?
Bought it off the Ugnaught, just like the pendant.
That pendant was is more or less a badge of honor. You only get it for killing more than a certain amount of acolytes.
Hmm.
That specific pendant was given to him by the Order for destroying the sect of acolytes.
Hmm.
It was some battle on some planet, Morinu, Noan something.
Hmm.
He tries to remember the name, but he just keeps saying random words and he can't remember. He shakes his head and says, "It doesn't matter."
Hmm.
Some planet. He fought over 100 acolytes and walked out alive.
Hmm.
Those sabers in this photo was from after that battle.
Uh, hmm.
The saber you're holding is responsible for hundreds, if not thousands, of deaths.
Hmm. I'm gonna turn the saber over in my hand. Try and. Hmm. Well, let's see what's inside. I pop open the compartment.
As you pop open the compartment, you see like three little tiny little wrapped like cylinders on the inside. They're wrapped with burlap very poorly.
I'm gonna just tip them out onto the table, knock the lightsaber against it a little bit, like try and get them
As you
out.
just kind of like clunk clunk, and these little three pieces fall out.
Putting this,
Um, hmm,
I'm putting the saber aside. I'm gonna just pick one up.
you pick one up. Do you open it?
I do. Fuck it. Why not? Came this far. Time to
You
die.
pull the string that's kind of on the top and you unravel it. As you unravel it, there's actually text and writing on the burlap and leather that it's wrapped in.
Hmm.
As you open it up all the way, it comes out to probably a solid maybe 6 inches in length and like maybe 5 inches in width.
Hmm.
Um, looking at it, there is a perfectly see-through blue crystal
Oh, hello,
glowing
Mr. Kyber Crystal.
on the inside. You look at the writing, and it seems to be in a Gungan-style language.
I'm reading that shit. And I'm reading it out loud so Anduli knows what it says.
Looking at it, you read, I hope this message finds you well, as it'll be many, many years, maybe a millennia, before the person I saw in my vision gets. The world is changing, and the people are as well. I was put on this galaxy, in this world, to further the next generation, and I shall do so, even if it means my death.
Hmm.
You see at the very bottom, signed, Drooly Wolf. And you see, oddly enough, it's addressed to the Gungan Crow.
I'm gonna look at Anduli like, what?
Looking at this kind of leather burlap, you can tell this thing has to be at least 70 years old.
I'm putting that one aside and I'm opening one of the other little bundles.
You open up one of the smaller bundles, and it's a very small, kind of reddish crystal laying in the
Ah,
center.
that's not a good one to have.
You look at it, and it seems to be in kind of a offshot Mandalorian language, a very older dialect.
Hmm.
And Dooley takes a quick look at it and says, hold on, I think I can actually read this.
I'll take it. I'll hand it to him.
As he sort of takes it over, he runs his fingers through it. Though this language is not my best, I will try to convey this message
Brandon, where are you when we need you?
in a way that is
Currently beating the
simple,
shit out of someone.
True.
in a way that is simple and understanding. It does something about family. Uh, Stick with the people who found and saved you, for that is your best shot at surviving this changing time.
Hmm.
Signed Wolf to Basal,
To who?
the Mandalorian's daughter.
Oh, shit. And I'm gonna point down at the crystal and say, I reckon that's probably for her then, huh?
It's a purified crystal. It was bleeded, but
Oh,
someone
okay.
purified it.
And I'm gonna
He
pick up the
reaches
last
over.
bundle, and I'm gonna
As you
just...
pick it up, he like kind of swishes it air. Damn it, you got it before I did.
Anyway, I pick up the last bundle, and I'm like, how much you want to bet this one's from Molar? And I open it.
You open it, and you don't see a crystal inside.
Oh.
Instead, it's just a plain note.
Hmm. Well, what's...
Looking at the note, it was written 6 times in 6 different languages.
Really? Anyone I
Looking for the
recognize?
Yes, you have basic common. There's even Gungan on it, as
Oh.
well as a offshot of Mandalorian
Alright.
and even a Corellian language.
I'm just gonna read it out, the Galactic Standard one.
As Anduli sits there stroking his like beard very, very intently, you read it out.
Yeah.
Again, this message is to the future and the ones who deem themselves fit and worthy. The times are changing, and I don't know how long it'll be, and when they will, or who will change them. I just know that the faces and names that I saw may require a little assistance in the future.
Hmm.
I walk a path that is dark and lonely. And with this push, I hope that you, the future of our families, the future of your generation, will help each other rather than try and burden this alone. The war whichever war you may be fighting then will escalate. And when it does, people will die. And no matter how hard you try to save them, you won't be able to. Weapons of mass destruction, armies and legions that can wipe out planets in minutes, if not days. Be prepared.
Hmm.
And it's signed by the Wandering Jedi, Drooly Wolf, and it's actually addressed to all of the high-ranking members of the current council.
Oh.
All 13 seats, their Jedi ranks, and their positions.
Well, that wasn't for Molar. I'm gonna just fold that one back up and, like, put that aside. Where do we go from here? Say Dan Dooley.
He looks at you and says, "This is an extremely important... I don't know. I'll convey this to the Jedi in the Order, but..."
Oh, right. Almost forgot. And I pick up the letters. I see who they're addressed to.
You pick up the unsealed letters, and you see that one's addressed to Basal, one is addressed to you, and the other is addressed to nothing but just the High Council.
Alright, and I'm going to put the other two aside. I'm going to say, Dan Dooley, you take care of those, and I'm going to open mine.
You open yours, and it is a detailed instruction to make a lightsaber. One that you've seen before in your dreams and in the one with the crossguard that kind of etches itself.
Nice.
At the very bottom, you see little footnotes. This saber in design is very, very complex, but with enough training and enough fortitude and determination, I'm sure that whoever uses this, whoever this Gungan may be, will turn out to be a very competent duelist.
I close up
And it's addressed to you.
Yeah, I close the letter and put it aside, and I pick up the Kyber crystal, the white one, not the purified one. That one's for, her. And then I'm gonna just twirl it around in my fingers.
As you pick it up, you get this sort of shock of like electricity run through your hand. Nothing like painful. You can still hold it and stuff, but it just sort of shocks. And you feel like a very deep warmth sensation.
My eye socket's gonna shoot up for a second, like, oof, oof. Then go back to normal.
You feel like a very warm sensation around your heart and stomach. Like this crystal in you have kind of understood what's going on, even though you might not.
I'm gonna pick up the lightsaber and I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna try and turn it on, but I'm assuming nothing's gonna fucking happen.
As you go to try and turn it on, you hear as like a faded blade pops up, but then it starts to flicker, just as it goes out. The blade color, as you saw it, was kind of like a whitish gray color.
I'm gonna ask Anduli, how do I get a crystal? How does this work? This thing.
He looks over as he starts reading the note addressed to the High Council. What? How do you get what to work?
Never mind, we'll talk about it later. I put the stuff back in the box, and I'm just gonna fucking, like, close that. And I'm standing...
Everything.
Yeah. And I'm gonna stand up and be like, I suppose I better go check on my stuff. Start walking out the ship.
Andula nods and says, "Yeah, same. I think I have to call an emergency meeting while you're out."
Go for it. And first things first, I'm going back to the bar to put another 10K down.
Oh, Jesus.
I just want to kill these people with alcohol poisoning. It's going to be amazing. Anyway, so I put another 10K down and I'm going back over to the shit that I ordered. I just fucking walk in, I walk up to the bar, I lay down a cred stick, and I walk out.
You just walk up, and the bartender recognizes you. Hey, you're the. As you just proceed to drop another 10,000.
And then I walk out.
As the bartender's like, "Hey, no, you can't keep doing that." And you walk out at the end of your sentence.
You can't talk to me. I'm doing my thing. Oh god, I love having money and doing stupid shit with it.
As you walk out of the bar, you see that the Ugnaught and the Smith, Jonas, are already there waiting for you.
Oh, well, that was quick. So you're done? Place a hand on
That
my...
is where I am going to end the session.
Alright, that's fine.
Well, the next interaction you have with those two are either A, going to end with a fight between Eternal Empire dude,
Wait, what?
or it'll be a whole conversation.
Ugh, that's fine. Alright, well, that's the end of the stream.